Hi, this is Pastor Deborah Curry here with Repairers of the Breach Broadcast Podcast. We praise God that you're taking the time to listen to me, and I pray that the words that I give you or the host words that come before you would enlighten, enhance, anoint everything God can allow for you to have. I pray that you receive.
Greetings and welcome to Repair the Breach Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Badu Ajanaku. And tonight I have Sister Deborah Curry in the studio with me tonight.
Hello. I'm here. I'm back. Go ahead, brother.
It's a beautiful day today.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you for being here tonight, and we want to be positive, always positive energy.
Yes.
Tonight we're going to talk about a little bit about being in the business and how I got in the business, how I got my start in the business. I've been in the business for a while, and I've been on Sister Curry for a long time.
Oh, yes.
For a lot of years.
Praise God.
We ventured out into a lot of things together. And,
prosperous man.
Yeah.
Mentally and spiritually. Okay.
I started out young in the business, and, I picked up from my father, my uncles, and my grandfather. And, when I was young, I didn't understand certain things in life, but they was preparing me for life.
Yes.
And I was thinking that life was going to be hard. And now today, I'm back at what they taught me. I'm back doing heat, air, plumbing, and electric. And I'm still learning.
Yes.
And I always say, my main thing is that every sinner has a future and every saint has a past.
All right. Well, that's true now.
And so no one is greater than the other,
Praise God.
No negatives, no blame, and no assumption. That's what keeps us human.
Mm-hmm.
We go through a lot of things in life. We venture into a lot of things in life. But that journey, your journey is set when you're born at birth. Your journey is set. It's just the route that you take to get to the end of the journey. And think about this. It's not important getting to the journey. It's the thing that you experience along the way. That is your teaching and your learning. And a lot of people that we meet on our journey, they are there because they are road signs that teaches us the who, the what, the when, the where, and the how, and the what's not. And a lot of times we don't understand things, but in due time we will understand.
What do you think? May I ask you a question, my brother?
Yes.
So do you think in the beginning of the journey, because it started first with God in the Garden of Eve, that was the beginning of the journey of us as a human being. So what do you think? Don't you think they first got to understand the meaning of the journey from Genesis to at least Malachi to find out God had a purpose and plan for us?
Well, you have to understand God. You have to understand energy. You have to understand the universe.
So what you're telling me then is the universe, the energy you're talking about. What is that energy you're talking about?
The energy I'm talking about is the energy that it takes to create all things.
So who is that energy, though?
That energy is the Almighty.
And who is that Almighty?
The Almighty is the God.
All right. That's exactly. See, then we have to understand, just like when people say here, there, everywhere. But what is that everywhere? Was Jesus the first, the last, and forever all?
Well, the first is the last, and the last is the first.
That's Alpha and Omega. So that means you cannot consume anything because the universe is not known ever. With the natural intelligence of man, you never know. But to know that you don't have a beginning and the end unless it's by God himself.
Absolutely.
Amen, brother.
Infinity.
That's all. That's exactly.
Infinity.
He is infinity. Amen. Well, let me do this before, and I got to get out of here and let him give you what he has. I just come to say hello, Tamiko Drummond. That is your next guest, going to be on the second portion of it, and my brother's going to be the one. Like I said before, I have to let him take care of men's night as well as Adolfo. You all be in prayer for my brother Adolfo. He had some emergencies in the family, and he just told me this afternoon that one of his uncles had passed. So you keep him in prayer, keep him with the peace of God and the love of God upon him. And again, I will see you all. Just one testimony, Brother Raphael. You all, do you not know that young man is blowing up? He had called me and sent something to my email. You knew that Sherry Underwood of The Talk had started promoting him. Lamar Campbell had started promoting him. And then he said he got an email from the lady from ABC. And she said she's going to promote him. Now, do you not looking at those networks that's going to blow him up around the world? Keep the young man in prayer. And but most of all, because we remember the enemy tried to attack his kidneys. We're going to believe God that God's going to give him a miracle kidney. Because God's able, you all. The enemy tried to take me out Sunday. I was bringing the word of God at the house of God. And do you not know the enemy just tried to black me out, and everybody in the church thought it was this, that, and everywhere. The nurses, everybody from EMR, well, this and that and other. I said, let me tell you something, because I heard God said, daughter, I got you. Nothing is wrong. And you know how it is, like he just said, negativity. Well, no, you might have a heart, you may have this problem. I said, Miss, if I don't hear the voice of God, which I'm hearing while you're talking physically, I'm hearing spiritually. God said, daughter, nothing is wrong. You need to rehydrate. And do you not know, I went down to Fayetteville Medical, down in Fayetteville. They took hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tests again. Guess what? Even the Asian doctors and cardiologists, they looked at me again and said, I just don't know. And I'm saying, yes, I do know. God said there's nothing wrong. But what happened, the woman of God at that church said, you was walking through the house. And I said, no, not me. God was talking. But you all, just let's get real with God. That's all I say. There's a beginning, yes. And that's the situation where Satan fell in the garden. But there is going to be an ending, you all. And I'm serious, because this life and walk is real. You're either going to heaven or hell, and I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for telling you the truth, but if you know the truth will make you free. See you next week. God bless it. Back over to my brother. I'm out of here. God bless.
Thank you, Sister Karen.
No
Appreciate
problem.
that.
No problem.
There always a period in our life when we fall short of our destination to ourself. It goes back to knowing who you are, knowing who your parents are, knowing your strength, and knowing where you come from. Hard times is just a lesson. Life is a lesson. There's always an experiment going on, and we're always learning. It's like we're in a laboratory, and we're being tested, not only by our peers, we're being tested by ourselves, among ourselves. It is real. Life is real, and life has a purpose. And a lot of times we get angry. Angry, too, is just another form of energy. And there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people that I know, a lot of people out there today that's going through a lot. And right now we going through this journey with this virus. And there are the seen, there are the unseen. There's the known, there's the unknown. But man, know thyself. Know thyself. We, as a people, will get to where we need to be. We will align ourselves just like the planets align itself. We have to understand that in order to learn, you have to listen. But you have to know how to listen. I was told when I was young that when you fail to listen, you fail to learn. And when you fail to learn, you fail to understand. I remember my mother telling me that when you enter into the classroom, the first thing the teacher does is to give you all the answers. And on test day, the teacher just wants the answers back. So if you're not listening, if you're not paying attention, then you don't have the correct answers to get back, and you fail. And failure is also strength, because you never give up. Never give up on yourself. Always know who you are. Always remember where you come from and what your journey is about. I want to talk about repairing the mind, repairing the body, and repairing the heart. Don't get caught up with ownership. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of relationships and a lot of different types of relationship. And once you realize that we meet each other for a reason, we help each other get to that destination. Sometimes we fall short, but we can always look within ourselves. And a lot of times when you are not sure of how people are coming at you or why they're coming at you, just simply hold the mirror up. Just let them see themselves. Let them see exactly what you see. The worst thing in the world is to be exposed as a human because you pretend to be this, you pretend to be that. And once you're exposed, the world will know, just like you will know. But life is a lesson. And I appreciate Sister Curry, and I appreciate WadeWorks giving me a chance to be here tonight and to represent tonight. My co-host, Dr. Loyer, he couldn't make it tonight. He had a little accident, and he's healing right now. But I want to look out at you guys. I want you to understand something. A lot of times you don't have to hear anything because you can hear with the eyes. A lot of times you don't have to see anything because you can see with your ears. That's why I always say no negatives, no blames, and no assumption. We was born into this. And I don't want to stray away when we get back to repair because that's what I am about. That's what I do. And if I can repair an air conditioner, a stove, if I can run electrical and run plumbing, if I know when something is wrong just by listening, you can tune in like my father used to do. He'd say, son, I hear your brakes. You need to change your brakes. I hear that noise, you need to check your power steering out. You might need a little power steering fluid. A lot of times we can listen and we can tell when things are out of tune. It's just like a baby. There's a certain cry that a baby gives when they're happy. It's a certain cry that they give when they're in distress. But when the baby cries out of tune, you know something is wrong. It's just like a musical instrument. When something is out of tune, you know something is wrong. Because it's not in tune with the ear, and it's not in tune with you. And I want to thank everybody that's joining in tonight, everybody that took time out to be a part of this. This is a new beginning of a new beginning. We all know that fear gives us strength. Fear is a built-in mechanism that came from God that will save your life, because it will tell you when to be quiet, when to listen. And if you have to run, it will let you know it's time to run. I want to take a moment right now, just take a moment of silence for all the people we lost last year and this year, for all the people that's going through a lot of things right now. I want to take a moment of silence. Thank you. Another thing about repair is a lot of times we don't understand that certain tools repair certain things. And you can have the best tools in the world, but if you don't know the function of the tools, if you don't know how to use the tools, then you're lost. It's like taking your car to a mechanic and have the best tools in the world, but they're not familiar with the tools. So there's nothing they can do to repair your vehicle because they don't understand the function of the tools. I was taught as a young child that my mother said that money was a tool. You just got to know how to use it. It can get you through different doors. It can also bring different things into your doors if you know how to use it. We are here tonight because of many things, but mostly we're here because of us, because of energy. And once you understand energy, which is positive and negative, it's just like a magnet. You understand the strength of a woman, because the woman have that magnetic energy, which is the womb. And a lot of times you're drawn to the female and don't even understand why. You don't even know that she's magnetic. So you don't understand the tools that you have. So you approach the female in a different way. And usually it's in the same manner, the same way that we all approach each other. We are in need and in search of And that brings me back to family. Family out of the slave cabin, because that's where family started, as we know it, as we reach the shores of the United States. We was looking for freedom. We was looking for support. And in the slave cabin, you wanted to be rescued. Not knowing, not having a manual or book to know how to raise a family, or how to be a part of a family, or how important a family was. What we did was imitated the master. We wanted to be like the master. And by me saying master, I'm talking about the European male. Again, I want to thank everyone for being a part of this tonight. I want to thank everyone for being a part of me tonight. And thank you for your support. And thank you for your energy, because that is what keeps me going. I remember back when I was in the 5th grade, and I had this teacher. She always used to ask me, how you feel today? How you feel today? So I understood that she had certain interests in me. So I became to have certain interests in her. She always was aware of when I was in the classroom and when I wasn't. So I decided to do something for my teacher, for Miss Hines. I decided, okay, the best thing I could do was share a part of me. So I used to always bring her apple to class. And I used to always like to watch her smile. And I learned something from that I learned to love the people that love me. If I didn't have any other reason to love, it was because she gave me love. So in return, I gave love back. And as I got older, I learned not just to love, but to love the ones that love me. And to get a better understanding of why they were interested in me and why they shared their love with me. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in and for being a part of the podcast tonight. And thank you for looking out. Keep looking out. This is going to be a great year. A lot of great things are going to happen, and you heard it from me first. We're going to have an early spring. We're going to have a fantastic summer. We just have to be prepared, and we have to understand that we have to have the right tools. So whatever it is that makes you smile, whatever it is that makes you happy, whether it's a TV show, whether it's a greeting card, whether it's a best friend or a best friend, use that as a tool to keep you in check and to stay. Always stay who you are. Never let anyone change you. Always be who you are and what you was born to be, because that is a part of your journey. That is a part of your energy. Whatever is meant for you, no one can take that away from you. No one can change that. Just know who you are and know where you came from, and you'll know what your journey in the end will be like. And always keep your spirit high. Always keep your head up. And always remember that every sinner has a future and that every saint has a past. We are no different than each other. We all have our time in life. We all have our moment in life. And that at any given time, anyone can be a hero. Anyone can be a savior. We can't throw ourselves away, and we can't throw the babies away. That's the main thing. All the babies are ours. We have to represent. You might see this child doing this, this child doing that. Don't say, well, it's not my child. Or it's not my responsibility. All the babies are your responsibility. All the babies are your babies. You just have to see that and understand that. You also have to understand that you are special. You are unique at birth. And you're different at birth. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you who you are. That's your footprint. Regardless of where you're from. Because there are many things and many people that try to separate us. In the past, they tried to separate us by complexion, light skin, dark skin, by hair, fine hair, coarse hair, by whether we lived in the north, the south, the west, or the east. That was to divide us. We have to know that we all are one family. And if all slaves are not free, not one slave is free until all slaves are free. And you have to understand what I mean by slave. You really have to understand that. Freedom starts right here. It's how you see yourself. It's how you understand yourself. Get to know yourself. Get to learn self. Get to love self and appreciate self. There's only one you. There's only one you. That one you. Give yourself the best that you can give. And always let your next thought be as great as your last thought. Always. That's improvement. That's self-improvement. I appreciate that. Because, as I said, we're all in a laboratory right now. We're no different than each other. We're all learning right now. This is a human experiment on human life. So understand what power is. Power is knowledge. And knowledge is power. And knowledge is not cheap. And understand that. Knowledge is not cheap. Time is everything. Time is us. Time is growth. Time is taking just that moment, just that second to correct what needs to be corrected. My dad used to say, an extra 3 minutes. You just put an extra 3 minutes into anything. It can be greater and you can finish it. That's all it takes. Is an extra 3 minutes. And most of the time when we're rushing, we're not rushing for us. Most of the time when we're in a hurry, we're not in a hurry for us. Most of the time we're in a hurry for someone else. And we are in a rush for someone else. I want you to know something. I want you to understand something. Because I know who you are. I see you. I feel you. I feel your energy. And I want you to understand where I'm coming from. We are who we are. And I appreciate you no matter what you think or how you feel about me. I know why, and I know who you are. I was once told in order to be forgiven, you have to forgive. And that's a big word. That's a huge word. Forgive. Because anger, that's a lot of energy. The same as jealousy. I remember my father telling me jealousy is like acid. It will eat a hole in the container that holds it. So a lot of times you have to let go of things to create who you are. You have to be reborn again to create who you are by understanding who you are. And the kicker is, let me tell you what the kicker is. The kicker is this. No matter who have hate for me, hate is an emotional feeling. No matter who have hate for you, hate is an emotional feeling. That means that they still have feelings for you. That means that they still think about you. They still wonder about you. If someone come to you today, and in the past, when they come to you, they're always happy, they're always jolly, they're always laughing. and they come to you today and they sad, that means something is wrong. If someone always come around you and they sad, they're holding their head down, they don't understand certain things, but they come to you and they happy and they have a lot of joy, something is wrong, because that is change. A lot of things that's going on today is what we consume. We consume a lot of things that we shouldn't consume. We consume a lot of byproducts, a lot of salt, a lot of sugar. And that changes your behavior. It changes who you are. And a lot of things your body try to accept and try to deal with, but your body cannot deal with it. Understand that your body is a temple. Know that your body is a temple. Everyone don't have the right to touch you. Just because it might feel this way or feel that way or feel good, your body is a temple. There's a lot of negative energy out here. There's a lot of evil energy out here that can be transferred and transmitted just by touch. One touch. A lot of times people walk up to you and like, I don't know what I'd do without you. Oh, you mean so much to me. Understand how energy travels. One touch. And a lot of people don't deserve to get past your fingertip, because once you get past that fingertip, they're in your space. They're occupying your space. And a lot of times you find yourself in love and you think you're in love. Oh, I love her. Oh, I love him. Oh, I miss him. I can't live without him. That's because you allow someone to touch you. And their energy touch your soul. And a lot of times people can drain you because they need to build their soul. They need to build their temple. They need to build their energy. And you not knowing, because you're all caught up in the feeling. And the next thing you know, you are creating. And you are creating another you, a little you, a smaller you. Get better tools by getting better understanding of who you are and what your purpose is. Because when people meet you, when people walk up to you and size you up, they have an agenda. Trust me. You might not know what it is, but they have an agenda. And once they see that you are not who they thought you were, once they take a good look at you, and they can look inside you, look inside your soul, look inside your mind, they can touch your spirit mentally, they will understand that this is not the one. This is not that person. So they had to get a plan B. Another thing my mother always say is when you fail to plan, you fail. And if you don't have a backup plan, you don't have a plan at all. I understood when I had my first job, you know, she started us out young. She started us out selling Avon. My mom used to sell Avon. We used to go from door to door, and she'd say, take the sample up there, take the sample up there. Until we could drive, you know, we learned how to drive, and we would drive her around. My brothers and sisters and I, we all took turns once we learned how to drive. But she always say that your customers, that's your business. Your customers, that's your business. And she will always give out free samples. Always. And another thing my mother say, if when you get to work on time, you are late. But when you get to work early, you are on time. These are other tools that was passed down to me, and other tools that I held on to, and they taught me a lot in life. I remember people asking me, why do you befriend them? Why you befriend this person? Why you hang around this old guy? Why you hang around that young guy? To me, people are people. To me, people hold value. I was taught to learn the value in people. So when I deal with certain people, they have a value. And their value can improve me. It can help me improve who I am, help me improve my life and my future. Not only that, it's a tool that I can use on my journey through life. So when I get to where I'm supposed to be, I can relax. I can enjoy. And I can vacation without a worry and without pressure. I watch people. I was good at that because I was an artist. I used to like to draw. I used to like to write. Matter of fact, I used to draw in the second grade for Thanksgiving. I draw all the little turkeys and all the little pumpkins and all the corn and everything. My teacher get me out of class so they could put it up in the hallway. Then I started to write because my mom was a music teacher and she was into music. So I got to gather a lot of tools in my life growing up. I got to learn a lot of things from different people growing up. I remember I was watching this movie one time and this guy was on his way to a meeting, a very important meeting. And he had a flat tire right at this elementary school. So the guy jacked up his car, was changing his tire. He put the lugs, had 5 lugs that he put in his hubcap. And as he was changing his tire, a little girl came up to him, asked him what he was doing. He said he was changing his tire. About a 6-year-old girl. And he spoke to her, but he was in a hurry, so as he got ready to put the hubcap back on the tire, once he got the tire on, all the lugs rolled out of the hubcap down in the storm drain. And he got upset and he got excited and he's, oh, I never make it. I'm not going to make it. He was frustrated. And the little girl looked at him and she said, Mister, why don't you take a lug off each of the other tires? And that way you have 4 lugs on each tire and you can make it to where you want to go. This was coming from a 6-year-old girl. A grown man. But this came from a 6-year-old girl. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to take a break. And I enjoyed you guys, and I'm really enjoying this moment. Getting ready to take a break. Be back in a moment. This is part 2 of Repair of the Breach podcast. I'm your host tonight, and the co-host is Miss Tamiko Drummond. Hi, Tamiko.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's good to meet you, Dr. Badu.
Great here to meet you. Green is my favorite color.
Thank you. Thank you. This top makes me feel like royalty, so that's why I like to wear it. That's why I like to wear it.
So tell me a little bit about you, Miss Tamiko.
All right, so hi everyone, my name is Tamiko Drummond and I'm known as the brand success coach. So my goal is to get you a holistic approach to your business. So it's not just about branding and marketing. I delve into personal branding as well as your business branding. Those have to be in alignment. I also have a degree in organizational management and a master's degree in organizational management. So that's why I say there's a holistic approach to the business. It's not just branding, marketing. You have a firm foundation for your business. I delve into that when I coach clients.
Fantastic. Fantastic. How long have you been in business, Ms. Tamiko?
So I have been in business since 2012. But that's working in conjunction with a full-time job. But in 2016, I took the plunge. And so for the past 5 years, I am fully an entrepreneur. And, thank God, knock on wood. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this is what I do full-time. I absolutely love what I do. I coach clients. I facilitate in organization. I facilitate trainings. What else? Oh my gosh, I do so much, but I absolutely love it. I'm also a coach with the Urban League of Greater Atlanta.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy intelligent, beautiful African American queens.
Thank you so much. I
Right.
appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, my mom, she's not with me now, but amazing lady. She was an amazing lady, you know, with 7 children. She was an amazing lady.
Wow.
Um, I am impressed by you, Miss Tamiko.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm impressed by you, Dr. Badu. So you told me you've been in business for, whew, I don't know if you want to say the number. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yes, I grew up in it. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's good. So longevity is important. So you've been in business way before there was social media. So how did you maintain that?
When I started out with my uncle. I started out with my family. And as a child, I learned heat, air, plumbing, and electric because I had uncles and a father that was brick mason and cement finisher. I had an uncle that was electrician. My grandfather worked on motors with tractors and everything. He could snatch any motor out and rebuild a motor on the farm. And he also laid tile and bricks and blocks. So I had a huge family. So I learned a lot as a child. And as I grew older and worked from uncle to uncle, because they passed me around because I had the big head, I thought that, hey, I'm not making enough money. You know, I'm not making enough money. So I was upset with them until I got into the business and understood the business part, not just the work part.
Right.
Because I was thinking, okay, you telling me, okay, I'm getting shoes, I'm eating good, I'm doing that, but I wanted the cash money. I was about the money. But I didn't understand. I was learning. And once I got deep into it and I was upset, I said, okay, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna start my own business. And the first 2 years I almost died.
Oh no, wow.
It was like murder, you know. And so I brought a lawyer in with me and Ronnie in with me. And we was maintaining, and I met this European guy from Minnesota named W.W. Cox, Wiki Cox. And I was doing plumbing for him and I was doing framing for him. And he was mostly doing insurance jobs. He did a lot of insurance jobs. And a lot of them was burned property, like house catch a fire, apartment catch a fire.
Right.
One day he came to me and the lawyer, he said, hey, I can't afford y'all. And scared me something bad because I was getting out there, making money, doing good. And I had a lot of dreams. Plus I was into music. So I wanted to be the Commodores, the Isley Brothers. I had a lot of dreams and he just killed all my dreams. And he said, well, you know, God had a talk with me and told me I can't afford you guys. You know, I can't afford to pay you what you're worth. So he said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a client. He gave me 2 clients. And after that, it grew. And then I got with a young lady. She needed some work done on her house. She wanted to turn her garage into a living room and wanted to add a bathroom and an office. And once I completed that for her, I found out she was a member of a church. So all the church members just started calling me. So I just took off.
That's amazing.
I was blessed.
That is a blessing. And from what I hear you telling me is that you built up relationships because relationships matter. And that's how one referral after another made your business successful, which is so important. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. So yes, while you have social media, right, and you've been in business before that, once you build up those relationships, that's even better, word of mouth. Primarily in my business, I don't promote as much as others because I usually don't have to, because just like you, because my work with others, other clients just go ahead and speak on my behalf. So I get referrals upon referrals upon referrals, organizations, individuals, because I maintain relationships. It's so important. And I've been doing well, knock on wood, thank God. So that's amazing.
Fantastic. Nice. I had one guy well, actually 2 guys. I had a friend of mine that I met through Raheem Seafood, and I was doing stuff with Jarvis Raheem with Kilo and Raheem the Dream, because I was in the music. And John Osgood, I did work for him. He had a little restaurant on Campbellton Road, and he would always call me, and his house caught a fire, and I did work for his house. And he purchased another house. He worked for Mead Company, which was a big company that they print the tablets and the notebook paper for the schools. And I asked him, he always complained with me. And I said, John, you're always complaining. I said, why do you always call me, John, to do work for you if you're going to complain? And he looked at me and he looked at me and he said, because you're convenient. That messed me up. I had to go home that night, get the dictionary, and see what convenient really meant.
Wow.
And I came back to him. I said, John, you kind of messed me up, John. And he said, well, I can always count on you. You like a member of the family. I don't have to worry about you around my wife and kids or around nothing that's valuable. He said, you convenient to me. And he said, I'm gonna always give you work. So that meant something to me.
Of course, because then people trust you. So you build that trust, right? And he knows that when you come in, the work will actually get done. That is so important. And honestly, you can't beat that. That's better than trying to post and saying, hey, come to my business. You know, someone actually knows you, has worked with you, and you've already built that and established that relationship. So that's amazing. You can't beat that at all. That's awesome. Kudos to you.
Right. And I had another guy, Lazimba, was a Jamaican from Jamaica. And he had a business, and he brought my brother and I in to do work for him. And he told me, he said, you know what? I was trying to bid on this big job for the county, and with Kuppenheimer Men Clothing Store. I don't know if you remember Kuppenheimer Men Clothing Store, but they was building a big sign for 2 of their stores up in Norcross, and it was like $19,000 a sign. And it kind of scared me because I wasn't sure of myself and I didn't want to mess up. And Lazima looked at me and said, hey, you're going to always get your next job because of your last job. That messed me up. But I learned something from it. It taught me something, that as long as I do this job right, it's going to create another job for me.
Of course.
And I always tell people, sometimes when I get frustrated and we have words, I say, well, okay, you don't have to pay me. I'm not even worried. You can have that. Get another job because of my last job.
Because it'll always work out.
Right.
That's a good outlook. That's an awesome outlook, in fact. And it's happened. So you spoke that into existence, right?
Right.
So it needs to happen. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So let's see.
One question. Are you national, local?
Meaning,
are you just here in Atlanta? Or do you venture out? Are you global?
Okay, so I don't want to say knock on wood, but I just spoke at a conference in Virginia maybe a few weeks ago. And so some great news is coming in. So I'm actually going to be global soon. So that's some great opportunity coming up. So I'm excited. So yeah, I'm not just global. I deal with any clients or company now worldwide.
Worldwide. That's what I'm talking about. That's that word itself. Worldwide. It's
Global is progress. God is so good. God is so good. And I'm so grateful. Yes. So yeah, I don't, and especially with the technology age, you don't have to, because it's not like I have to fly anywhere really, I don't have to fly, but I will be flying out.
So you're just a fingertip, just one click away, huh?
One click away. Look, we're on Zoom, right? Even though we're in the same state, we're currently on Zoom. So that's what's happening. We've all had to pivot because of COVID. So this is what the world is right now, and who knows what that normal is, or you want to say the new normal. But what employers are finding out is that they have to, you can't tell your employee, you know what, you have to come in. Really?
Really?
Do they really? We've spent the past year, pretty much, year and some change, being virtual primarily, right? So,
Yes.
so
They say it's the
every
new
company
norm.
has to
Yeah.
pivot.
But it's the new. It's the new now. That's
Right,
what
the
I
new
call it.
normal.
New now, right.
Right, right. So,
Learned so much.
right, every company has to pivot. And so it's important to increase your technology, you know, that now you've pivoted, you have to increase your technology because that's important. Like we wouldn't want to be on this Zoom and then it doesn't work out. So make sure your internet speed is high. You know, all these things are important. Your bandwidth is high. Just upgrade your computers if you need to, right? Because if you're constantly on the computer, you're going to have to think about areas of your business where you need to improve so that you don't miss out on anything.
I have a question.
Okay.
How can I reach you?
Well, that's a good question. So you can reach me at www.brandsuccesscoach.com. You can also follow me on IG at Brand Success Coach. If you're on LinkedIn, look up Tamiko Drummond. I'm happy to connect. And let's see, my email, Tamiko@brandsuccesscoach.com. I'm a click away, or just Google me. You'll find every single thing you need to know about me.
Wow. No referrals, just click.
Click, click, click. I'll be there. My name is one of a kind, so I'm sure no one else is going to pop up.
Like your energy. I love your energy.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Joy. You just, you like a big booster.
I appreciate that. Listen, Dr. Padu, I've been through so much in my life, and I'm so grateful that I don't look like what I've been through. And God has been so good. I just, I wake up every morning and I'm just grateful. I'm absolutely grateful. So that's it. I'm so thankful.
That's amazing. That is amazing. I'm thankful for you because you're so full of joy. All I see is a big, vessel of joy and great positive energy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's what I try to impart on my clients. Listen, a lot of times when people are branding themselves and their companies, you don't realize that part of it is missing too is confidence, right? Belief in themselves. So they have this vision, but yet they don't know how to get there because part of you is like, wait, I don't know if I can. So my clients typically call me, use the Bible verse. It says, iron sharpens iron.
Right.
So to make sure that I sharpen them so that once they're done with me, I help them to propel to the next level. This is why I get almost 100% referrals, right? Because they feel so great and their business is booming. I've helped clients become international. When I talk about people are making money and doing well in their business with my help, listen, it is my absolute passion and I absolutely love it. I love it, I tell you. So it's my just to have an opportunity to empower people, and show them ways that they can brand and market themselves, and even ways to fix their business where they may not have seen that they're losing money. So showing them different opportunities, et cetera, and also connecting them with other people who can help their business pivot. Woo, I love it.
That is great. I have several people that's in my circle that are trying to do hair, clothing, baby clothing, and just products, different types of products. Now, when I first got started a long time ago, what I did, I got with a marketing person because I read their t-shirt and I was interested in that. And then I saw it was Stay Soft Sheen, Afro Sheen. And it was the Jerry curl. And they say people often wonder who I curl up with.
Wow.
That there did something to me. I couldn't sleep at night. I just kept repeating that. People often wonder who I curl up with.
Right.
Curl. And I say, I got to do that. I got to be better than that. If I can get something that will stick like that stuck with me.
Right.
So I said, okay, I'm a contractor. And I'm an artist. So I sat down just drawing things. And then the little cordless drill had came out. So I drew a little cartoon, a little animated cordless drill.
Mm-hmm.
I put me a little nail there with a little spike, a little highlight, with the little flare. And I had a hammer. So I had a drill, a hammer, and a nail. And I say, when people want to be laid right, they call me. You won't believe what happened. I took off.
I bet. That's awesome. That is awesome.
When people want to be laid right, they call me. I had t-shirts, I had mugs, I had little match boxes, ink pens, and I grew from that. That was marketing. And I did the little leopard patterns for the females.
Wow.
Marketing for the female, not the men, not the male, but the female.
Mm-hmm.
I took off. The first 4 dozen of shirts, I gave them away free.
Wow.
But they want to be laid right, they call us. And the ladies was wearing the shirts. Everybody wanted the shirt.
Now, let me ask you, did you take off by selling the shirts, or did they actually solicit your business?
Both.
Okay, that's good.
I had this lady from the church, and she got me about maybe 150 customers.
Wow.
But I got a little problem with the shirt. But I grew that,
Wow.
I still have some old shirts. I still have some old pictures, and it was a fantastic moment in my life. Fantastic.
That's awesome.
And I did what I lost sleep on, trying to come up with a slogan and a logo, because people often wonder who I curl up with. Mm-hmm. It did something to me because it meant so many things to me.
Right.
I mean, it was seductive. It was everything. And I had to, outdo that.
That's interesting. So it created that spark that allowed you to create something even better. So that's kudos. That's awesome.
So I've been blessed, the Creator has been with me. All my life have been blessed. I've been through a lot of things. Like you said, I have a lot. And I always think positive. I always say that it's only one Badu, and I am who I am. And I know God has a purpose for me. This I know, because I know what I've been through. And I know where I came from. And I know where I'm going. I always tell myself, a lot of times I go in a lot of rough places and rough neighborhoods, especially when I was playing in the band. Mm-hmm. I always say, I know who I am. I know where I came from, and I know what I do for people. Nothing you can do to me. Mm-hmm. If you hurt me, I know where I'm going. There's nothing you can do to me because I know where I'm going, because I know I have a great heart. A lot of people say, Badu, you don't know how to say no. I know how to say no. It just haven't happened yet, but I know how to say no. It's just said to me, and it a lot of times they say, well, how much you charge for this? How much you charge? I have to see. Mm-hmm. I come to your house and I lay my eyes on it. And a lot of the elder people, I don't charge them anything. I do it from my heart.
Mm-hmm. Listen, that's why you're blessed. So that's kudos.
Yes.
Blessing.
And look where we're at now.
Right. Look at God. Look at God.
We're waiting to bless other people. And we're telling people we're waiting to bless you. Mm-hmm. All you need to do. Let me hear what how I get in touch with you again.
Listen, reach out to Tamiko. I am known as the brand success coach. My company is called Lotus Consulting Marketing. Our tagline is, once you choose us, they will never stop talking about you. You can reach me at www.brandsuccesscoach.com. Also, you can follow me on IG at Brand Success Coach. And you can follow me on LinkedIn at Tamiko Drummond. Or just straight on Google Tamiko Drummond, and you'll be able to find me.
Tamiko, Thank you, Tamiko.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. You know, I had a long day today.
Really?
And you just gave me a fresh start. You know, you got me, my rib cage is hurting right now. Laughing inside. I mean, I love that energy. I love that joy, you know.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
And I can't wait to call you. One more time, what I got to do?
Hey, Tamiko Drummond, the brand success coach. You can follow me on IG at brand success coach, www.brandsuccesscoach.com, Google Tamiko Drummond, or find me on LinkedIn, Tamiko Drummond.
Great. Does it matter what I'm into? What I'm a bakery, you know, cakes or clothing?
So it doesn't matter. So primarily, I coach HR consultants who are now trying to pivot outside of corporate into entrepreneurship. But being that I coach with the Urban League of Atlanta, I now have experience coaching every single type of clients, from the clients that don't know what they want to do, but know they want to have a business, to the clients that's kind of just starting their business, to clients who have established business, but now kind of need to pivot and may need to be trained on social media, digital media, etc. So I have experience in every single area you can think of. And I work with every single client because, you know what, I help them to see outside of the box. So whatever their vision is, that's why I like to know what is your vision so that I can help you just imagine it bigger, right? So it's my absolute passion and I love it.
Sounds like the little caterpillar.
Right. They're a caterpillar. By the time they end with me, they are a butterfly.
That's what I'm talking about. No limits.
No limits at all. No limits. Yep.
Well, that is great. Give me, let's say if I was in the meat market, but I only dealt with something like kosher.
You only dealt with kosher?
Right.
Meat? So help me to understand what you're speaking of.
Not touched by hand. If I was just dealing in the snacks like health food, something healthy, if I want to get out with a smoothie or something like that, let's say I want to come out with my own strawberry smoothie, non-alcoholic, you know, and just put something out there like a sports drink or something like that. Because a lot of people are now trying to get back into the gym and we don't sit around for a whole year, you know, nothing to do but eat. So now we want to exercise, but we just can't get out there and exercise right now. So we just want to just take a sip of this and a sip of that and lose weight. You know? So a lot of people get into a lot of energy drinks and a lot of things now trying to just go out there and make it happen. Even daiquiris, I saw the other day was about 3 people on social media was just opening up a daiquiri company, trying to get their name out there and get their brand out there.
Right. So there's a few things that you can do. So it depends if you're just now trying to start out creating smoothies or you want to be healthy, you're in this health kick. What you can do is create videos of your family members or friends trying out your smoothies. Right? And you're getting live video testimonials of people saying, oh my God, you have to try Dr. Badu, the Dr. Badu smoothie, right? It's, you know, it changed your life. So if they start by word of mouth videos on social media, then you're also not only posting out the videos, but also posting the benefits of utilizing your smoothie. The benefits of the smoothie, right? What organic fruits, what makes you stand apart than everybody who's doing some fruit juice or smoothie, right? Why should they come to you? So, and figure out what the pain points is that you help your particular customers. So if you have some trials where maybe some of your customers have some kind of ailments, right? Not to saying that you're cured, but they've lost weight on your smoothie. You know, they ended up having to come off of certain medications, whatever, you know, just kind of highlight the benefits of ordering your smoothie. And of course, with all of that, definitely tell them, hey, this is how you order from us. So,
Great. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I
right.
have a friend, Myra. She's in the hair, and black girl to you, black girl for you. She's passionate about it. And
Mhm.
she's been going strong. We talked, years ago about what she wanted to do and what she was trying to do, and she needed someone to believe in her, and she got out there and she's doing her thing, and she have all the ideas and she have all the plans. She
Mhm.
just need a little push in the right direction.
Right. Well, I mean, it sounds like she's doing it. Sometimes all it takes is just to go for it, right? We have these ideas, but then the fear holds us back. But if you even little by little, take baby steps, post. Actually, people have to know that you're actually in the business, right?
Right.
So, hey, guess what? I'm in business. So post, let them know how they can support you. A lot of times people get confused, like, okay, well, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing like a million things. How can they support you? They don't know.
Right.
You're doing like too many things. So kind of get tunnel vision for a moment, so that people can know how do they support you and know how are you making money. A lot of people just they have ideas, they just want to do stuff, but actually, how are you going to make money? Like if you decide you're doing a podcast, are you just doing it for popularity, or are you trying to monetize it? Like how are you making money? That's how the end result. What is this for? So get clear on what is it you're actually trying to do.
And what it is that you really want is if it's going to be something to make revenue, or if it's just going to be something for a hobby,
Right.
Or something long term that you want to make this brand generation to generation.
Of course. Yeah, but you have to get clear, right?
Right.
So until you get clear, you can't be all over the place. Like you can't, on your same page, you can't have a million different things. People want to know, how do I support you?
Period.
So, period. Right. What is it that you're asking them to do? So be clear.
Okay. So right now we don't have to rush out into a brick and mortar building. Do what we're doing now, social media.
Right. You certainly can.
Go overhead.
Right. You certainly can. But and you can also try to develop connections, right? By asking your pending clients questions. If you're unsure of, okay, hey, for the smoothie, for instance, hey, do y'all like strawberry or chocolate? Ask the question. So what do the people want? And then provide what the people want, right? So
there we go.
Right. It's really that simple. You're like, what should I do? Well, ask the people.
That goes back to, if you build it, they shall come.
They will come. Right. Exactly. So, yep.
Great. I'm learning. I've been in the business a long time, but I'm learning. I'm learning. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on tonight, and I just love your energy. I mean, I
appreciate that.
Got me thinking about running to the bank. So one more time for those that just tuning in and don't know, and you fresh and they don't know what's going on and who you are, how can we reach you again?
All right. Hey, everyone. Guess what? My name is Tamiko Drummond, and I am the brand success coach. My company is Lotus Consulting Marketing. And, once you choose us, they will never stop talking about you. You can find me on www.brandsuccesscoach.com. Follow me on IG at Brand Success Coach. My name is Tamiko Drummond. Just Google me. You'll find me. Also connect with me on LinkedIn, Tamiko Drummond. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tamiko. I really appreciate you. I can tell people are going places. People are going places. All they have to do is just tune in to you. And that came from me. I said it here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoy what I do. I'm passionate about it, and I love helping people. So gaining clarity, gaining confidence. So I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for having me on. had a great time. Thanks for telling me about your story, etc. So, yeah, if anyone needs branding help, coaching,
You are the one. You
holler.
are that one. One more time before we go. We're getting ready to close out. We're getting ready to go. I appreciate everyone to join in tonight. And everyone have a blessed, well, healthy, safe evening. Now, one more time, Tamiko, how can I reach you?
All right, you can follow me at on IG at Brand Success Coach. Look for me on the internet at www.brandsuccesscoach.com. Google Tamiko Drummond. Again, my name is Tamiko Drummond, the Brand Success Coach. Once you choose us, they will never stop talking about you.
Never. All right, guys, that wraps it up for tonight. I appreciate you joining us. Tune in again next Tuesday at 6:30. We will be looking for you and we will be listening for you. Again, every sinner has a future. Every saint has a past. We're all one family. Good night.
Find out more about our broadcast, Repair of the Breach, on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Thank you for tuning in.